Hi there, I'm Julie Tam, managing broker of LYN REALTY in Houston, and welcome to my home. This is another episode of Smarter Real Estate, weekly on Wednesdays, and specifically my special series, Living in My Dream Home. So I've just opened the doors to our guest suite, and I want to show you this area today, plus the other secondary bedrooms and baths. So we're going to look at 3 bedrooms and 2 baths today, highlighting where guests would stay in our home, and also our children, and how you can decorate for functionality and aesthetics for young kids and keep things organized and not look like a huge mess. All right, so come with me. First, let me show you the guest bath, okay? So this is for guests who are coming over and are going to be on the second floor, and we have the beautiful quartz countertops, our paved stone colored cabinets, and it's satin nickel for all of the hardware and the plumbing and lighting fixtures in this bathroom. We have the porcelain tile continuing on the walls inside and also on the floor of the shower, with a frameless glass enclosure, I should say, and a nice big shower head. Inside the bathroom, we have a seat as well as a product niche for all the toiletries. And so I love this bathroom. It's just so pretty, the colors and everything coming together. And it's nice and bright and the lighting and everything. And so it really is quite lovely. Now, you don't have to do high-end everything. This bath mat is from Target. It looks really great. It's one of their collections there, and it coordinates really nicely for the colors everywhere. And of course, we have the porcelain tile on the floor here as well that coordinates with inside the shower. If you turn around, you'll see the double hook right behind the shower door. So when you open it up, we have it to where it doesn't actually hit. So it just is the perfect size there. And of course, the toilet right behind the door here and artwork on the wall. You'll see in a previous video where I go into more detail about the art specifically in our home, including the areas we're looking at today. But today we're going through the furniture and decor in more detail. So we have these fun little caricature drawings on the wall right here. And this leads us right into the children's playroom. So we have our 2 kids and their growth charts, Shay and Sky. Shay is 5 and Sky is several months old, depending on when exactly I'm posting this video. So he's less than 1 year old and they're both boys. So the playroom, the way we have set this up is to where it is fun for them. It's visual. It doesn't look horribly busy. And it works for their size right now. So if you kind of just look around, you can see there's a huge open space on the floor. This fosters creativity and open play. So they're able to take toys and things and just come out and play here, build. Our older one loves to build chain reactions. He's very much STEM oriented. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. For those of you who may not know what that acronym stands for, and also art. And so we have this bookcase. I believe we got this from IKEA, and actually it was our professional organizer who found this for us. And then the challenge was, though, to maximize the space in each of these cubbies to where it looks good still. I like clear bins. These are those acrylic bins. I don't remember where these are from. It could have been the Container Store or Target or IKEA. There's a number of stores that have these things, or even Amazon. And so we wanted to make sure it took up a lot of space so that we wouldn't have wasted space like this, but also would be the right depth again to where you would use up, more of that space. So we didn't find anything that was perfect in terms of functionality and the look, the clear acrylic, and also tall enough. So then what we've done is, in some cases, there have been items placed on top of the acrylic boxes. There used to actually be more items placed on top, but over time, kids who've come over, as well as Shay himself, have reorganized some things. But amazingly, things have been kept nice and tidy, and it's because they are organized by category. Now, we're not super picky about within each bin. Like, this is the instruments bin, for example, right? We don't need each instrument, or we don't need the instrument bin to be perfectly organized, like, just lined up in perfect rows, or like the eating, cooking kitchen utensils and toys. It doesn't need to be like that. Or like, the Duplos and the Mega Blocks. Because that's too much. You're asking a kid to clean up in that manner, and I wouldn't even do that if I was playing in here as an adult. But as long as they're organized and each category goes into the respective bin, it's gonna look fine. It is a children's playroom. And so, we're not running a toy store and having everything exactly perfect. Even a toy store, people are going to be rummaging through things, or it's not going to be perfect. So this is already very good. This also helps for cleanup because when kids come over, they know what to expect. Hey, wherever you found it, put it back. If it's not organized, it's hard for them to remember where things went. But you know what? If you see something that's of this category and you took it out to play with, well, all you need to do is look for that bin. Oh, those are the same, those are Duplos. I was just playing with Duplos, so I can put my Duplos back in the bin with the Duplos. All right, so over here we have these clear acrylic drawers, which I love these stacks as well. These came from our old house, so did not buy these new for this home, and they slide out easily. And again, they're organized by category, so each drawer has its own category of item. And these are more like arts and crafts things, but of course there are some like bouncy balls and little textured blocks in there as well. We have a book bin up here, so that way there's some reading that can happen in this room, some stuffed animals, and some just random other toys, but again, organized. These are drawers that we've had from the old house too, and they're translucent instead of transparent. And so these are for, where we have more of the item that won't fit into the smaller bins. Same here, another stack, and a nice little, bucket of little, teddy bears and other stuffed animals. Okay, so over here we have these little tables. Now we have gotten these before from a store called, a couple of them are from Your Way, as in a European import store, EURWAY. And then we found the same style, different color table. So we actually have 3 of these style. We found them at a model home closeout sale for a new home builder in Louisville, Kentucky. So we got to get those. Here is the closet for the playroom. So a nice big walk-in closet. When guests stay here, they can hang up their clothes as well. But we have larger vehicles and, like a marble run. His Legos that are finished little vehicles are up here. But we also have linens and pillows and things. And then we have a shelf of boxes of gifts or things that he has that have not been opened yet. So he still has to open these and assemble these Legos or STEM kits and whatnot. And of course, we have a couple more boxes of toys here, but again, nicely organized, and so it's more inspiring. When things are neat and tidy, people just want to play there, and they feel a sense of peace and more order, and so it's less chaotic. And then kids are going to be more disciplined in terms of putting things back and making things look better. All right, so this is a futon. It's a love seat, so it's 2. And Miss OCD over here is noticing these pillows. I made sure everything was nice and tidy, but those pillows got missed. That's okay. This folds out, and so some of our guests are able to sleep here. Then we have a wall of some art and also photos and more whimsical things. So our kids' progression photos and our family, so we'll be filling these in over the years. On the wall behind are some of the newborn pictures and handprints, footprints, those sorts of things. There's a magazine cover that I was on a number of years ago, and so that just kind of found its way in here because that's where our designer told us to put it, since there was no other place that she thought it would be more appropriate. This is a puzzle of a scene and so this actually my husband and I put together many years ago, back when we were living in Louisville, and so we had framed it and glued it up there. And then we have a couple of canvases of Shay, and of course we'll add a couple of canvases of Sky as he gets to this kind of toddler age, and something cute and unique showing him. Here is an activity table that we're using as a train table. This thing is god awfully expensive. Okay, it was over $500, and this is from House. And actually, they shipped 2 other tables to us that had some cracks and nicks and blemishes, and so we actually had to get them to replace it. So finally, we got a good one. It is very heavy. It is not something that's mobile that you would want to move around all the time. It takes quite a bit of muscle to move. Here's that third table that I was talking about that matches the 2 smaller ones. So we have a couple seats here kids can play at, and he's got a Mario Kart track situation going on down below. A blue chest in the corner there. It used to be a chest that would hold Shay's clothes, but now inside those drawers are more puzzles and toys and board games and things like that for kids. And a cute little hot air balloon stuffy hanging from the ceiling there that was a gift from someone else. All right, let's go ahead and pass through the balcony so that we can go to the wing of the home that has the children's things. So as you can see, this is a really fun little area where it overlooks the downstairs. You feel connected. You can see everyone down there when you're up here. So we use this area. We've done stargazing through the window, looking at the moon. You could put a telescope up here, or we've used binoculars as well. And, it's just a fun, cozy nook. Shay has done his homework up here. We have done story time. And so it's just like a cozy little area, our baby can crawl around. And yeah, so really fun. It connects Sky's room to the playroom. And so in the future, if there's like any sleepovers by people where, there could be kind of passing through in between. And we've actually had guests. We've had families where they've slept over and they've had part of the family in this room and part of the family in the playroom. So this room being Sky's room right now, because this is still the guest comforter sheet from our old home, it's more feminine, if that's PC to say. And so eventually when Sky gets a little bit older and he's actually sleeping in the bed, then we'll do something more of something that is more his style. All right, swinging around behind there on the wall are two Montessori style shelves there for books. And that's just easy for, little kids to reach. A canvas above that was painted by Socket, my husband. And this is Sky's little pack and play. Now, normally this pillow does not live in here, but we actually had our cleaning crew come through today, and so that pillow is normally on the floor, and so is that one. And we usually have a stack right here. It's it almost looks like a quilt, but it's not. It's different extra bathroom and other rugs, and like and little like padded kid. I don't even know what you call them, like pads and pillows that we put here so that Sky has a soft play area right here in his room, because the floors are wood floors, and so it would be hard, and for a baby that's crawling around on elbows and knees doesn't feel so good. So yes, this chair normally is empty so that an adult can sit here and watch Sky, but these toys are up here because of the cleaning, but normally these toys are down here on the soft play area. And of course he has some toys in the corner, a chest for all his things, some nice floating cube shelves on the wall, which we've actually had since we were in Louisville. So we're talking like, my gosh, like more than 15 years ago. And so those are nice to display some decorations. Sky's little name train, which Shay has in his room, and some basic supplies for him. The chest full of clothes. This chest is from Your Way, and it matches. It's part of the set of this full-size bed, and also the nightstand that's all part of the same set from Your Way. And we got this from Target. It's a diaper changing station. What I liked about it, though, is that when he graduates from diapers, you actually can take off this top piece if you want, or you can leave it on there. And instead of having a diaper changing pad, you just have decor, or books or whatever, which is what we've put underneath is books, some stuffed animals used as bookends, and also, our basic diaper changing supplies, diaper pail right nearby, and a trash can, and boom, easy does it. Some more toys around the corner. He has two closets in his room. So one of them is the linen closet. So you can swing around. And so we actually have linens for the whole home, not just for him. And then in his own closet, he has very minimal clothes hung up right now because he's a baby. So things are mostly folded into drawers. But we have hand-me-downs from Shay at the very top, and those bags that Shay's grown out of that Sky will be wearing eventually. All right, here is the boys' bathroom. So we have dual sinks. And so they each can have their own space. There's hooks up on the wall for towels and robes and such. And right here is their shared shower and toilet area. So they have matte black as their hardware and fixture color for the plumbing and lighting. And the nice undulating tile work. I've got other videos where I go into more detail about the lighting, the plumbing fixtures, the cabinet pulls, and the tile and things like that. So you'll have to go back and watch those things. But today, a little bit more focused on the furniture and the decor. So here's Shay. He's got his little personalized stool from one of his aunts, which hopefully Sky will be receiving one too, so he can have one on his side. But yes, these are hotel collection fancy towels for the kids, but they're so soft and plush, and we have a matching set for both of them. And we got so a coordinating like blue colored tumbler and a lotion or soap dispenser set for them. And of course the quartz countertops are the same throughout the secondary bedrooms up here. And yeah, they're framed mirrors, their lighting looks kind of like chemistry beakers. That was the inspiration, and our designer thought that those were cool, and we agreed. All right, so stepping into Shay's room for the finale. His room is carpeted. It has extra thick padding. It feels so plush and soft. We love it, and he wanted carpet, and so that's what he gets in his room. This bedroom set is actually our former master or primary bedroom set from our previous home, which is from Ashley Furniture. It is a dark wood. There's a china cabinet that goes along with it as well in our dining room, but Shay also has the dresser. We have the chest, a taller chest in our room, plus the two nightstands. So you can mix and match and have different pieces of the same set in different rooms. It doesn't need to be so perfectly matching where it's like too coordinated. So Shay has a desk here from Pottery Barn, and this is from the same set as his nightstand, which you'll see in a moment. So again, you want to have not too many different pieces of different sets, but here we just have two sets. And so if you have like a couple pieces from two different sets, that is perfectly fine. Same chair as Sky's room, and this is from Living Spaces in Houston. We got one of these magnetic boards, and we're going to get something like this for Sky. I think we actually have one. We just haven't put it out yet. So that way, Shay is putting his artwork, the things that he wants featured. He also has an art box in his closet where, to put a lot of other things because you can't hang up everything. And our solution is too, you can't even keep everything. So I tell him, if it's textured, three-dimensional, something more unique as far as the art, like paint, not just like a pencil sketch, then we should keep it if you want. Some of the things he's just like, I don't need to keep it. So for the things that we're not keeping, then we take a picture of it. So that way, at least it is saved digitally. He can go back and look at it that way. We don't just throw away something without taking a picture. Before I go into his closet, we have shelves here. And those, again, will display more decor. All right, so in his closet, we have the shelving system, both on the right and the left, built in, that the builder put in. And of course, his clothes all hung up. So yeah, he has all his things in here. The shelves are mainly used to organize, archives and memoirs, or mementos, I should say, things that we're saving. So a lot more clothes in here. This is totally not full at all. Like most of it, or at least half of it, or something like that, is empty because he's so young. He doesn't have that many things yet. I think over time he probably won't have that many clothes, but we could also use this as overflow to store other things. For his dresser, he has things of his interest. A little bike with his name on it that someone gave him on a trip. And then, his little name train. He's got his little dinosaur nightlight there so that he has a little bit of light when he goes to sleep. And he loves tall buildings. And so my mom has been obsessed with giving him all things Type A 101. We've had to put a cap on that because otherwise we have too many things. And he's in the process of making this little 3D model of it, and the top isn't quite finished yet. If you look up, there is a nice mobile that was over his pack and play, which Sky is using now, in our old house. And so we bought this because we thought this would be great to grow with him. It's not babyish, and so he could have planets hanging up on his ceiling. It doesn't look like a baby mobile, it's just planets, so it's our solar system. And Shay has a freestanding mirror in his room, and then this bookcase used to be in our guest room in our old home, just a black simple bookcase with a bunch of books for him, and then a couple of canvas pieces on the wall that he made when he was younger as like a toddler and in preschool. And here's that Pottery Barn nightstand I was talking about. And this is actually from Target. This little lamp that again is like space themed because he is really into space and vehicles and building, everything that's like science, engineering, math, technology, those types of things. The art on the wall actually used to be in our living room in the old house. These two paintings are from Z Gallery. So parts of jets, airplanes. So again, just vehicles and things that he is interested in. Final thing I want to point out as we round the corner, so you can see, again, a comforter from Target, and also a nice little bed sheets for him. This is, again, space themed. But yeah, I thought this was really cute. These like striped bed sheets that we also got from Target. This is fancy. This is like Macy's. Well, not that fancy, but it's Macy's Charter Club because this was, our old bed. And because the bed skirt goes with this, then we figured, let's just keep it on there. Bed skirts are kind of a little outdated at this point, but you know what? I don't really mind because we're using it and it's fine. He likes it. There is a sense that you don't want to be so modern. We keep a little bit of the old, so we have a transitional style. And there's also sort of a comfort and a warmth to that and nostalgia. So that not everything is just, being replaced with new and contemporary things. Shay has a responsibility chart. So we are doing that, and that's on the wall. Unfortunately, he used the dry erase marker and marked the wall a little bit. So we're going to have that painted over. But luckily, we get painting by the builder within the first year. So yes. And then finally, his little Smithsonian rocket poster here on the wall. But that wraps up our tour of the secondary 3 bedrooms in the home. You would have seen the primary suite in a previous video, and that bathroom, that bedroom, but of course we've looked at 2 secondary bathrooms today. Hope you've gotten some ideas, that this has been interesting for you and helpful. If you've been entertained and you enjoyed this video, then I would ask that you would click like and also subscribe so you don't miss an episode on Facebook and YouTube. And also I post the links to LinkedIn as well. And I hope you'll tune in for a future episode of Smarter Real Estate Estate weekly on Wednesdays, and I wish you a very good week. Please feel free to comment, send me a message if you have any questions or ideas for future videos. I'm a real estate broker, and so if you would like representation by me for all your real estate needs, don't hesitate to ask as I take you along on my real estate adventures in this video series and also arm you with practical strategies to be a smarter buyer, seller, tenant, or landlord. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.